15 mind-blowing facts about Timor-Leste, the country you won't believe exists. Number 15, one of the newest countries on Earth. Timor-Leste is one of the newest countries on Earth, sits in Southeast Asia, just north of Australia. It became independent in 2002 after breaking away from Indonesia. Covering about 15,000 square kilometers, this small nation is packed with rugged mountains, stunning beaches, and untouched nature. But in some places, even maps struggle to capture every remote detail. Here, life moves to the rhythm of just two seasons, wet and dry. The temperatures stay warm year-round, usually between 24 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. With a population of around 1.3 million, Timor-Leste is a youthful nation. About 70% of its people are under 30. The majority follow Roman Catholicism, a legacy of Portuguese colonial rule. Faith and traditions run deep, shaping daily life. Language is a unique blend. The official ones are Tidam and Portuguese, but many locals also speak Indonesian and regional dialects. It's a mix of cultures, reflecting the country's complex past. Timor-Leste may be young, but its history is rich, its landscapes breathtaking, and its people resilient. Despite challenges, this nation stands proud, still shaping its identity on the world map. Number 14, the uniqueness and mystery of Timor-Leste women. Timor-Leste women carry a unique beauty that blends natural elegance with deep cultural traditions. Their features reflect the island's diverse roots. Many have warm bronze skin, high cheekbones, and dark, expressive eyes. They don't chase modern beauty standards. Instead, their charm comes from simplicity and tradition. Unlike in many countries, makeup isn't a daily ritual here. Women embrace their natural look, letting the tropical sun and sea breeze shape their skin. But one striking feature stands out. Many older women have deep red lips, not from lipstick, but from years of chewing betel nut. This tradition, passed down for generations, gives them a fierce yet dignified appearance. They chew it for various reasons: energy, relaxation, and even as a social custom. Over time, their teeth and lips stain red, a signature mark of age and wisdom. Women here are not just homemakers, they are farmers, weavers, market vendors, and teachers. Many still practice the ancient art of Tais weaving, crafting intricate textiles by hand. Their work is slow and detailed, but every thread tells a story of heritage and pride. Despite the country's challenges, Timor-Leste women remain strong, independent, and deeply connected to their roots. Their beauty isn't just in their looks, it's in their resilience, traditions, and the quiet strength they carry through life. Number 13, the most biodiverse marine area in the world. Timor-Leste sits in the heart of the Coral Triangle, one of the most biodiverse marine regions on Earth. Scientists are stunned by what they've found in its waters. Coral reefs teeming with life, rare sea creatures, and untouched ecosystems. It's a paradise beneath the waves, still largely unexplored. Researchers reveal that Timor-Leste's location, where the warm Pacific and Indian Oceans meet, creates perfect conditions for marine life. The deep waters of the Timor Trench, just off its coast, bring up nutrient-rich currents, attracting everything from tiny fish to giant whales. This country is home to over 600 coral species and thousands of fish varieties, making it a hotspot for biodiversity. Diving into these waters is like entering another world. Massive whale sharks, playful dolphins, and glowing corals create a scene so rich that even marine experts are left speechless. Scientists believe that Timor-Leste's relatively undisturbed waters have helped preserve this incredible underwater life. This tiny nation may be young, but its seas hold an ancient, thriving world beneath the surface, one that continues to amaze researchers and ocean lovers alike. Number 12, the most diverse and unique transportation in Asia. Timor-Leste's transportation scene is a wild mix of old, new, and pure survival. Motorcycles rule the streets, weaving through traffic with ease. Cars are rare and expensive. Most people rely on two wheels, zipping through the rugged roads and chaotic markets. But the country isn't just about bikes. There are three-wheeled tuk-tuks, minivans, and colorful microbuses, each packed with passengers, music, and sometimes even livestock. Public transport runs on its own schedule, often leaving when full, not when planned. In rural areas, things get even more unpredictable. Many rely on shared pickup trucks, sitting in the open air as they bump along dusty roads. Timor-Leste's transport is not about comfort, it's about adaptability. Whether it's a roaring motorcycle or a packed minibus, people find a way to move, no matter how rough the ride. Number 11. A poor country with incredibly hospitable and resilient people. Timor-Leste is one of the poorest countries in Asia, but its people are rich in hospitality, strength, and spirit. Life here is tough. Many rely on farming, roads are rough, and jobs are scarce. Yet, despite these struggles, warmth and generosity flow through every village. Visitors are often surprised. Even in simple homes, guests are welcomed like family, offered food, and treated with respect. The people of Timor-Leste have endured colonial rule, war, and hardship, yet they stand tall, full of pride and resilience. They smile through difficulties, celebrate life with music and dance, and hold on to their traditions. Poverty may shape their world, but it does not define their spirit. Timor-Leste's strength lies in its people. Number 10. Unique coffee culture. Timor-Leste's coffee culture is slow, rich, and deeply rooted in tradition. Here, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a way of life. Grown in the country's lush mountains, Timorese coffee is organic, bold, and globally prized. Yet, locals don't rush through their cups. Instead, they sit for hours, sipping slowly, talking, and watching life unfold. In tiny roadside stalls or simple cafes, people gather, not just for caffeine, but for connection. Elders share stories, farmers discuss crops, and friends debate politics over steaming cups of strong black coffee. Time moves differently here. There's no rush, no pressure. Just the comforting rhythm of conversation and the rich aroma of freshly brewed beans. For Timor-Leste, coffee is more than an export. It's a symbol of resilience, history, and community. In every cup, there's a story, a moment, and a taste of the country's quiet strength. Number 9. Life in Dili, life in East Timor. Life in Dili, the capital of Timor-Leste, is a mix of tropical beauty, raw struggle, and quiet resilience. The city sits by the sea, where fishermen pull in their daily catch, and the sunset paints the sky in gold. Bustling markets, street food stalls, and old Portuguese buildings create a blend of past and present. The roads are chaotic. Motorcycles zip through traffic, packed minibuses blast loud music. Life moves at its own pace. Villages are simple, surrounded by mountains and rice fields. Many live off farming, and power cuts are common. Yet, despite the challenges, people smile, welcome strangers, and hold on to their traditions. Life in Timor-Leste is tough, but it's also filled with warmth, simplicity, and an unbreakable spirit. Number 8. East Timor's powerful passport. Timor-Leste's passport holds some strength in Southeast Asia, thanks to its Portuguese colonial history and ties with Portuguese-speaking nations. Citizens can travel visa-free to many countries for up to 3 months. If you're visiting Timor-Leste, you'll need to prepare the right documents. U.S. citizens and most other nationalities, except Ireland, can get a visa on arrival (VOA) at Presidente Nicolau Lobato International Airport in Dili, valid for 30 days. To qualify, you must show proof of $150 per day in financial support, confirmed hotel bookings, or an invitation letter, and a return or onward flight ticket. For EU citizens, except Ireland, a 90-day visa-free stay within 180 days is allowed. Number 7. The most pristine tourist attractions. Timor-Leste is a land of untouched beauty, where nature thrives and tourism remains raw. The most pristine attractions are far from the crowds, waiting for those who seek adventure. Joko Island is pure paradise, white sand, crystal clear waters, and 0 hotels. It's sacred to the locals, so no one lives there, keeping it wild and untouched. Atoro Island is a diver's dream, home to some of the world's most biodiverse coral reefs. Beneath the surface, marine life bursts with color, untouched by mass tourism. For history and stunning views, Cristo Rey of Dili stands tall, overlooking the ocean. A hike-up rewards visitors with a breathtaking sunset. Timor-Leste isn't about luxury. It's about raw beauty, hidden gems, and a journey into the unknown. Number 6. Lulik, the sacred house in East Timor. In Timor-Leste, Lulik, the sacred house, is more than just a building, it's the soul of the people. These towering wooden houses with steep thatched roofs stand in villages, holding the spirits of ancestors, family history, and sacred traditions. Every part of the house has meaning, built with rituals that connect the living to the past. Lulik is where ceremonies, blessings, and important decisions take place. It represents unity, respect, and the deep spiritual world of Timor-Leste. Many were destroyed during past conflicts, but rebuilding them is an act of cultural survival. These houses aren't just wood and straw. They are the heartbeat of Timorese identity, standing strong through time. Number 5. Eating with hands, a cultural trait of East Timorese people. In Timor-Leste, eating with hands isn't just a habit, it's tradition, culture, and connection. Food here is simple but full of meaning, and using hands to eat brings a sense of closeness to the meal and the people sharing it. Rice, grilled fish, and vegetables are often enjoyed this way, with fingers skillfully mixing flavors. It's not about convenience, it's about respecting food, feeling its texture, and embracing the moment. In villages, this practice is even stronger, passed down through generations. For the East Timorese, eating with hands is more than eating. It's a way of life, a cultural bond, and a sign of home. Number 4, Tais and Tais market, the symbol of East Timor. Tais is more than fabric in Timor-Leste. It's history, identity, and pride woven into every thread. Hand-woven by local women, this traditional textile carries the stories of ancestors, the strength of culture, and the soul of the nation. Each pattern and color has meaning, symbolizing heritage, status, and tribal identity. In Tais markets, especially in Dili, these vibrant cloths are displayed like treasures. People buy them for ceremonies, gifts, or to wear with pride. The art of Tais weaving is a dying tradition, yet it remains the heartbeat of Timorese culture, standing strong against time. Number 3, the most vibrant festivals in East Timor. Timor-Leste's festivals are explosions of culture, faith, and raw energy, bringing the country to life with music, dance, and deep traditions. Independence Day, May 20th, is the biggest. Streets fill with parades, flags wave proudly, and the air buzzes with national pride. The Festival of Culture and Arts showcases traditional dances, Tais weaving, and ancient rituals, keeping the past alive. Meanwhile, Carnival de Timor turns Dili into a sea of colors, costumes, and pure celebration. Religious festivals like Holy Week are deeply sacred, blending Catholic faith with Timorese traditions. Each festival is a living heartbeat of the nation, pulsing with resilience and joy. Number 2, unique dishes. Timor-Leste's food is simple, bold, and deeply tied to tradition. One must-try dish is Ikan peeps, fish wrapped in banana leaves, steamed with spices for a rich, earthy flavor. Batar doan, a hearty mix of corn, pumpkin, and beans, is a staple, reflecting the country's love for fresh, homegrown ingredients. For meat lovers, tapai, fermented meat, and wild boar stew bring intense flavors, often cooked over open fire. And no meal is complete without ai manis, a fiery chili sauce that Timorese people can't live without. Timor-Leste's dishes aren't just food. They are stories, survival, and culture on a plate. Number 1, cost of living in East Timor. Life in Timor-Leste is simple, but not necessarily cheap. While local goods are affordable, imported products push up prices, making the cost of living unpredictable. A basic meal at a local eatery is around $2 to $5, while Western food can cost $10 or more. Renting a small house in Dili ranges from $300 to $800 per month, depending on the area. Public transport is cheap, with microlets, minibuses costing cents, but private cars and fuel are expensive. Fresh produce is affordable. Timor-Leste isn't the cheapest place in Asia, but for those who live simply, it's manageable.